こんにちは、チャットマスターの根崎ゆきです。5月31日金曜日のセッションリキャップ取っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。それでは始めていきましょ
う。Of May, alright, so we'll start on the euro. Alright. No, Jim, we don't have an Asian session anymore, but traders will be in on the chat room. They'll be in this same room chatting to each other, but we won't have it open. Alright, euro dollar, went very close to target. Alright, right there. Let's go to 240 and take a look at it. Alright, so there we go. Alright, and what are we looking for now? Alright, so one thing we know for sure that this is an unsustainable trend. Alright, so they may pull it back down here. Our trade is up here. Everybody see our trade is above 13066. So that's where our trade is at this point. Yesterday's trade was this breakout, but nobody took it. Alright, so we don't count it, even though I alerted everybody. That's where it is. Now the trade is up here. So it could happen two ways. They could come up here, break hook and go, in which case we'll take that, or we get a pullback where we square up this candle down here and then we go. Alright. So I look for it back down on the 1.3 thousand, and I look on the break of 3066. Alright, so I'll pull this up.
ユーロドルですね、240分チャート。トレンドラインブレイクで買いっていう気のサイン出てましたよねと。で、その後今はこのトップを抜けていったら買っていきたいよねと言ってます。
3000 in case we get a pullback, we'll look for the buy, and this then becomes a two-part trade. All right, this target is out, taken out. So we remove that, we change that to dash. Why can't I get a hold of that thing? There we go. Alright, so that target's taken out. Next target is 3066. Alright, so a pullback gives us an opportunity wherever that is to trade at 3066. A break at 3066, we're going to double our position. Okay, here's the fundies for from PIP. Alright, so there you go. Tonight we got a New Zealand announcement, so be careful of that. Alright, and tonight is square up night in the Asian session. Alright, yeah, well, so if we want to trade to London, that's 3 o'clock in the morning for us, Marky. So I traded to London for 3 years. Got up every night, man, it was terrible. Alright, so that's the euro. British pound, take it up to 240, take a look at it here. We're in the possible start of an uptrend. We're not sure of this trend at all. Alright. So right now we need a pull back down to here and then a go here, and then there's the trade again up above there. Alright, so now we're going to have a pullback down to 51.58. A bounce here, we'll take it back up to 52.39. A break of 52.39, we're going to trade it.
ポンドドルですね、240分チャート。フックしてきて、ブレイクしていったらここまで買っていきたいね。その上はここまで買っていきたいねと言ってます、ね。
52.92. Alright, right up in this area. Alright. CAD dollar. I don't have any lines on. I can't tell you. Swissy, we got a break and a hook. Alright, we got.
ドルカナダはちょっとひとまず置いといて、ドルフランですね。
An entry order down here 20. Will it go? Remember, the Swissy follows the U.S. dollar index. So let's see what the dollar index is doing right now. They're still selling dollars over here in the 240. Let's see what it looks like in the 60. They're still selling dollars.
ドルフランはドルインデックスと同じ動きをするので、今ドルインデックスを見てみましょうということで、60分チャートを見ています。
Okay. So they're selling dollars, so this is just nothing more than a retracement at this point on the Swissy. Alright, so it's a break, a hook, and we'll wait for the go. Alright. Now some of you will take this. If it goes, you'll take it. But if this could still hook all the way back to square up this candle, everybody see that candle's not been squared up? So they may run it all the way back up to there. Alright. Enter IC Asian session. You go to the London.
ドルフランはなので一回フックバックこのスクエアアップキャンドルまで戻ってきてから売っていきたいよねと。
The New York session. The New York room. Alright, so we can square up all the way up here. If that happens, we got a big trade to the downside. If it goes here, you got a little trade to the downside. Leave your entry order on. If it goes up here and keeps on going, your entry order is never going to get taken in. But if it does break to the downside, you're in. Alright, we're looking for a target down here. Wow, big opportunity here if we can get down. Notice how I said this morning, this bottom's going to create a problem here. See that? And that's why we need to be below this bottom. What did the bottom hold it? What do you think? Think the bottom was the reason that they stopped here and couldn't get going? Nobody's willing to trade to that bottom. See? Nobody's
まあドルフランはこのサポートですよねが硬いので、これだけ気をつけておきたいですねと。
willing to trade. But on a break of that bottom, that's why our stop is below our entry orders there. We're looking to come down to this area right down in here. Alright, so let's pop these off because we're now got a breakout to the downside, and that's the S4. There we go. So this is a big opportunity here, folks. Alright, our target is way down here. Alright, down here at the 94.68. Alright, so break, hook, and go. We're going to look for that trade, and we got the entry order for the last half of it down here below that 96.20, and you can double your position below 9,500 also.
なので今からブレイクフック&ゴーで売って、この安値をブレイクしてきたらもう一回売りたいね、売り増しをしたいねと言ってますね。
Alright, so let's pop this down a little bit, flip it. Bring this down here for a break, hook, and go. Flip it. And put this above, and we already got the entry order in. So we'll look for the stall out right in here. This could even be a bigger trade because they got to square up a lot of candles here. They haven't squared this one up, they haven't squared this one up, they haven't squared this one up at all. So they need to square a lot of candles up. They can come way down in here.
まあドルフランはスクエアアップキャンドルがたくさんありますよねと。こういうのがいっぱいあるので、まあここまでスクエアアップしてくる可能性ありますよねと。
Alright, dollar yen. I'm below it right now. It's 20. That bottom on that was at 27, so I'm below that by 7 pips. Jim. If you want to, you could certainly. See what is that? Well, that's 21. That's 21. Yeah, maybe I should bring it down a little bit. That low is 21. I thought it was 27. Yeah, that's 21. Probably down to. Yeah, I think you can't do it because we're going to slam in the 9,500. Won't have enough money to move our stop. So take the entry order off. So just take that entry order off, and you have to get a market order. It has to be a market order. Good heads up, Jim. Thanks. All right, we got an entry order in from yesterday on the dollar yen down here at 45. All right, so if we get that, that'd be great. You can see they're really having trouble making this thing go right now. Really having trouble. But what they have done is they've come up and given us the third part of a trend. So if they want to do the trend to the downside, they now have it. See that? They now have it. So
ドル円ですね。昨日買いでエントリーしましたよねということで、まあちょっと今リアルトラブル。大きなトラブル出てきましたよねと、まあ、上がりきらないですよねと。でもしダウントレンドになっていたんだったら今このトレンドラインでもう出来上がってますよねっていうことで、まあこれですよねと。
We could get this sell to the downside. I would be looking for the sell, but I don't want to rule out the buy. The buy could go all the way up to the double top up here. So either way, put a line on here, which is the start of the possible trend. All right, so above 102, you want to be a buyer up there. All right.
まあこの102円っていう水色の線、レジスタンスを抜けてったら買っていきたいよねという感じですね。で、まあ今買っていてもその抜けたくはないんですよねと。このダブルトップを狙ってるんで、まだちょっと抜けたくはないですよねと。
Now we'll take this downtrend out of the way. All right. So currently we're in a wedge. So we want to trade in a wedge. What do we do in a wedge? Get the heck out of it. So it's got to either break up here or it's got to break down here. I don't care which one it does. I'll take either one. Alright, Aussie, we made a little money this morning, not much on that trade, and we've got opportunity still to the upside. Let's take it to a 60 where it's easier to see. We're working a channel here, as you see.
OG ドルですね。OG ドルですね。で、まあ今朝、あっちの今朝少しお金取れてますよねってことを言っています。でもあんまりそのいっぱいは取れなかったですよねと。
Alright, we come back down here. This top was just too formidable for them to try to break it on the first half. So they're coming down to find some more buyers. They could come all the way down to here to find buyers, everybody. Down to here, and then bang. Our target is all the way up here. All right, first target here, second target here. We got an entry order at 91. That's 20 in for up there. All right, so we'll leave that one on. Let's pull this back down in here, and the entry order is in up here. All right. overall target is 97.61 to 97.75 in that area. DJ, sideways move, that's good for us. All right. Sideways tells us we're going to try to go north. All right. So,
ユーロ円ですね。ユーロ円は横ばいになっています。つまり上に行きたがってるわけですねと。
our trade is above. There is some of you may be able to take that little dinky trade, but the big trade is above here. That's where the opportunity is right there. All right. We are out of the wedge now on this one right here, so that's a good sign. But let's put this back on and redo this top line. So in reality, we're not out yet. So the trade is up here, all the way up here. All right, pound yen, also doing a sideways move here. That means they're trying to go to the north, folks. They can't break this downtrend. All right, if they break this downtrend, I have to redo all the targets at that point, but I could see that I could at least get up to the double top, the triple top up here.
ポンド円ですね。ポンド円はダウントレンドなんですけども、ブレイクしてきてこのトリプルトップ狙う可能性が高いですねと。
This may be all they're doing is trading in this big box here.
で、この大きなボックスの中で今動いている可能性がありますよねと。
Right. If they're trading in the box, it still makes sense to trade up to there. And it's 1, 2,
で、ボックスにあるとしたら、ここまで今一回上がるのは納得できますよねと。
3, 4. It's 120 pips, so that's
で、120ピップありますよと。
a good little move there. 120 pips up to there, if it happens. Pull this down, flip it over. Alright, New Zealand, we're hoping to get a bounce and finally break to the north. Got a head and shoulders in play. If it does break, I got to redo the targets. But once again, you can see a move to this top would give you a great opportunity right there. I still have to redo the targets later on, but right now that would be it. This may be the start of a new trend right there. Could be.
今9円なんですけどダウントレンドで、ここ狙えるんですけど、こういうアップトレンドができる可能性がありますよねと。
I don't know yet. Don't have enough information.
まだでもインフォメーションが足りないよねと、情報が足りないと。
So if it breaks out here and starts to move, you want to trade it up to 82.10, 8200 basically. All right. Aussie yen, we're in a descending wedge. All right. And we know the yens are trying to bounce to the upside, or potentially bounce to the upside. And we have a descending wedge here. So the trade is down to this S7 right here.
オージー円ですね。今ディセンディングウェッジ、昨日ウェブセミナーでもやりました。こういうパターンのウェッジなので、これ抜けてきたらこの下まで S の7、白い S の7まで取っていくことになりますと。
Yes, it will happen. Right there. All right. So we'll see. It's a two-part trade. First part is above here, 96.25. Second part is down here below it. All right. So 95.63. Euro pound, we're basically out of it for the day. It's done. It doesn't move fast enough and far enough for us to trade it on Thursday. So.
ユーロポンドはもう金曜日なのですることはないですよねと。
It does, Peter, but only live room subscribers can access it. You have to be a live room subscriber to access it. That's part of what their package is. They get the session recap. You're here for this, but you don't have the ability to go back and look at it. Right? But you're here for it. And that's because it's hidden behind the session, the website, and you have to have access. And access is based on your involvement with it. So certain parts of the website are open to demo trade. Then chart subscribers have certain parts. Live room subscribers have more, and of course mentored students have everything. You're up here for the bounce. It looks like we're getting it. We've got a set of twins here. That's a good sign. And you can see we're going up. Up is probably 33.50. Although if it takes some time and gets over here, if it doesn't quite make it up there, and then we could target 33.78. Right, so there's 33.50 is probably where we're going there. So it's 80 pips away here. So. It's a nice trade if we get it. Alright. ちょっと画像がおかしくなっているというか映ってないですけども。So we'll look for that. EuroCAD has nothing to do with a day chart top. I'm not interested. It's down there.
ちょっと最後映ってなかったですね。そんな感じで今週もセッションリキャップ取っていきましたけども、結構円絡みの通貨がまたどうやって動いていくかなっていう感じで面白そうだと思います。っていうのをやっていけたらなと思います。また来週撮っていきます。それではどうも今日もありがとうございました。失礼します。